Hello and welcome back to another Santec Mew podcast.
Nah. Cut all that out.
All that out.
Welcome back to the first and probably last is Santec Zai. I will be running the show today with my co-host Levi and Mute Master. I'm taking over. You asked for one of us to do said, question, so therefore I will take over. I'm calling the shots.
Wow. Okay, sir. Well then, bring us in.
All right. So, like I said, I introduced you guys. Mute Master.
Yes. It is Mute Master K-Thought once again.
Yes. And then we also have Leviathan Strauss.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
That's cute. That's real cute. All right. So today's topic that I had. I'm gonna have like two questions to it, but same thing. When was the first time that you can recall your earliest memory of playing a game that got you into gaming? / when did you know that you became a gamer? Like, what really set you into that?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Well, yes, you're saying a thing, but elaborate. Like, why? Why is it defined the rest of your life? We're obviously gamers now, but why was that moment the thing that got you there?
That was the first game that I realized I chose not to go outside to go to the pool or do anything with people in our neighborhood to beat that game. Like, it sucks. It's actually a sad story. It's not exactly the greatest.
Wait, before you continue, can you tell me how old you were?
Oh my god, how old was I? I think I was still in elementary school.
I'll say, yeah, you were young.
You were a baby.
Okay. It's good to hear. All right, continue.
Probably like 4th or 5th grade, actually. I don't know what age that is.
Yeah, I mean, no, that. Regardless, that's still early. That's define.
Because I remember, because the final boss of Sonic Adventure 2 at that age was mind-numbingly hard. Because fighting as Shadow versus the stupid Bio Lizard was cancerous, and I didn't know that term back then. But if I knew it then, oh boy, would I have probably thrown that game away. But I beat that, then got to the second phase, which was of course nowhere near as hard as the first one. And I was so hyped that I beat that game. It took me like 3 hours to beat that freaking boss and beat the second phase. And I was like, oh, I finally beat it. Where's Eric? Oh, I gotta tell him. Oh, Eric's my brother, by the way. Never mind. But, and he wasn't around. And I don't know where my parents were. And it was like the emptiest victory I ever had. I was like, yeah, they're all outside or at the pool. I guess I'll just start playing the game again, and then I got in the Chow World, and that's where it started.
Yeah, I played that game too. I played it a little older than what you're saying, but I could definitely see why you would have been hooked. Okay, so I got Levi's story. How about you, Meat Master?
Let's see here. I think when I would have, in my brain, thought I was gonna be gaming and be a gamer, I probably was like 5th grade. Give me a sec. I gotta do a little bit of looking back how old this game is.
Okay.
2003. What is it now?
Well, while you're looking for it, can you tell us what the game is?
Okay. So I started playing Maplestory on the computer, right? Oh man, this is a dangerous drug, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call a RNG-based MMORPG. Now, I say this is what consumed my life for like the majority of middle school, high school, and early part of my adulthood. And then I cut it out. Like I was like, this is cancerous to my health. Because not only was I spending a ton of time on the game, I was spending a ton of money on the game. Granted, I still do spend a ton of money, but I have a job and it's my own money kind of thing. Like, at the time when I was younger, I was spending money on a game that I had no business spending money on because it was allowance money meant to be used for like school lunches and stuff like that. Besides the point, I would spend hours and I would sneak on in the middle of the night and get my ass whooped because I was playing video games. I was like, but Dad, 10 more minutes. He pulled me by my ear, turned the computer off. Luckily, since it's an MMO, it's not, oh, save the game and quit. Your progress is always there. Now, man, you know, that brings back fond memories, but definitely Maplestory is where I realized, hey, I like video games. I like a lot of video games. I like predominantly grindy MMOs.
That you can spend money on.
Yeah. It's actually funny. It's really funny that you said about spending your allowance on things. I actually, this is my first moment, but I actually, while going to middle school and high school, my parents would always give me lunch money, but I would never eat lunch. So I'd save up that money. I was basically paid to go to school, and I'd still spend on video games when I got home.
I could do that every now and again. Eventually, my fat ass would get hungry. That's when a cup of fries was good.
Cup of fries, mozzarella sticks, something quick and easy.
Oh my goodness! You remember the pizza square?
The grease fest.
Absolutely delicious.
You slap somebody with that thing, they look wet.
Yeah, but that shit, oh my god, you go to lunch at elementary school and they said lunch is the pizza. I was like, yes.
Remember the super pizza? I know we're getting off topic, but oh, that thing, oh. That thing made my stomach turn, the amount of grease that you could drip off that. It was like it was raining.
It was raining. It was raining grease. Your whole styrofoam plate was filled with grease before you even picked that thing off of it. Like,
I don't even want to think about it. Let's stop.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
All right. So for me, my earliest memory or thing that got me into this, my father. Well, before I was born, my dad ended up getting a SNES at the time because that was all the rage and it was cool and new to have for entertainment. Well, he had his fair share of games in there, stuff like Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, old school classics. Well, then I came into the picture as I was born. I was probably like, I don't even think I was like a full-on year old. Dad always had me sitting in his lap and playing the game, sometimes hand the controller to me. Well, when I got a little older, I was still a child, like 1, 2, he would hand me a controller. Like, Dad would be playing, but he would hand me like player 2, as if I were actually playing the game. I thought I was actually doing something.
He got you with the older brother trick. Here you go.
Yeah, and I actually thought I was doing something. And then that was our thing. And as I got older, I started understanding how to play. Probably 5 or 6, we were full on playing past this. Now we're at Nintendo 64 playing this together. We're playing stuff like Rampage together, Mario Party. So at a very, very early age, I got pretty much hooked on it. And to this day, my mother hates my dad for doing this. She's like, oh, he does nothing but play video games now, blah blah blah. You did this to him. I'm like, well, that may be true, but hey, I could be out killing or stealing. I'm in my house playing video games. It's kind of a good thing that he set me to this.
Your mom probably looked at you and was like, boy, shut up.
Yeah, definitely. But I have no regrets about it. Trust me, the amount of stuff that I ended up playing over the years from where I started.
It's funny you explain how your dad would have you have a controller, probably wasn't hooked up, but made you feel like you were doing something. I had the complete opposite reaction of what you did. Which is why I have a hard time going easy on people, because my brother and my dad started it. When I was young, I used to of course want to play the games with them because they're both playing it. They would throw me a controller. At a certain age, I'm fine, I'm cool. But just like how you said you got older, you started to actually learn the game and actually started playing. Well, when I got older, I realized they were still giving me a controller that wasn't hooked up. And as it was described to me, was They gave me the controller, started playing, and I think my mom said she was looking at me. She said she noticed that I looked at the controller, looked at the screen, looked back at the controller, and then it was like a light bulb just went off that I'm not playing. And ever since that day, any competitive game I play against anyone, I don't hold back. Because I was betrayed at an early age.
But you guys set up from the beginning.
So how you guys are talking about like bonding moments with family, right? Playing Maplestory really was a bonding moment for me and my brother, though, right? We didn't really have much growing up to bond together with. We actually fought a lot more than anything, but he and I loved playing that game. Like we talk about whole mile. Like when you play an MMO, you make guilds, you do raids and stuff like that. Granted, there's not that many things you could call a raid in that game, but you know, we did it. And I bonded with my brother like that, so he wasn't completely outcasted in my life. Granted, you know, I didn't really spend much time with him outside of that, but you know, there was some kind of avenue where I did get a chance to form a relationship, so I'm not a stranger to him.
Man, that got really sentimental really fast.
Well, I mean, but this is basically what I asked. What let you know that you were, you know, gamer? He did, and you know, for him, that was also one of his things. That was a way to bond with his brother. So therefore, he took the liberty to game. But you know, even possibly after that, he still kept the aspect of gaming. You know.
Except that my brother went further and beyond in gaming. What my ex and everything, he went and been like Grandmaster in League of Legends, Grandmaster StarCraft. Like, I don't know. He went to some, it was a bunch of Smash tournaments, come home with prizes. I'm like, okay. I see the gaming gene has completely passed me and went to you.
Mm.
Oh. Boy, oh boy, when I say he was good, man, he beat me one-handed on a PlayStation controller on the Naruto game once.
You
Yikes.
can button mash in that game. What you mean?
You really could.
Yeah, but he beat me one-handed. He wasn't moving. He didn't move his character.
There are some OP characters in that game.
I think I always pick like Rock Lee or something.
That's even worse. If he chose a rage character, you done.
Yeah, and I don't know. I forget what he picked. But anyways, besides that,
So
yeah, I'm bad at video games, by the way, people. As much as I play it.
we all are somewhere. So now that we already established where we were and what got us into it, what was the one game that had you're fixated on? The thing that got you started, like you couldn't play anything else because this game would dictate your life.
We're talking about like
I already said
to
mine.
currently now.
Yes. No, not now. Like, or let me put it like this. You could say now if you want, but I'm saying there is a game that you have played within your early phases of playing video games still that had you hooked.
That's still Maplestory.
Yes, for you, I know it's definitely Maplestory. For me, well, I'll say mine last. Levi?
If I want to think, I guess I'll go to high school. I'm really trying to think here. Because I know my first actual MMORPG online experience was Scions of Fate.
Wizards War 1.
No, it was actually Scions of Fate. Then it was Flife. Then... Oh, yeah, this is the game I would actually save my lunch money for, Rumble Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do remember you used to play
I used
bricks.
to love that
out of
game.
that.
That game was so... That's when I was heavy into, like, PvP fighting games and stuff. And I was like, I need to play these games. Now I can't stand them.
Yeah, I get it. But that game, you were some kind of monster in that. Like I tried. In fact, you tried teaching me the game. I learned a
Yeah.
thing or two, but again, like you said, you don't know how to hold back because your past experience. You didn't hold back when you're teaching me. You clap my. You're like, oh yeah, you should probably do it like that. Like how?
Trial by
How,
fire.
Sway?
Bro. How do you think Phoenix got decently well at certain games? Because I kept destroying.
Look, there wasn't even a trial. It was just straight fire. Like it was on fire when I walked in before the trial.
That man opened the door and got a wave of heat like you opened the oven. Are you ready to train?
And that wasn't no 350 degrees heat. That was 475. That thing was hot.
I couldn't help it, bro. I think now what that's transformed into is I still don't hold back, but while I'm beating you up, I'll tell you what I'm doing that is stupid that you should get me on. Like that's what I did with Matsu on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And also, because I told him to use Captain America, and he said, why? Because Captain America is the only character in this game that can run at you. And I don't know how to deal with it. And so he did that, and lo and behold, I created my own kryptonite.
You exposed your own weakness.
Yeah, but then again, if I don't want them to feel like they never have a chance. Even though eventually what happens is it flips to, I now don't have a chance.
I mean, like you said, trial and error. You gotta learn. Whether it's a computer or another human, you have to learn how to
deal with it.
Basically adjust. Obviously, this isn't working, so I should probably blah blah blah. Maybe I should try doing this. I did it. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna try this next time. You know?
Yeah, but back to Rumble Fighter. The only reason I quit that game is they kept transferring, not production teams. I don't know what they're called.
Servers?
No, not servers. People,
developers.
Yes, they kept transferring developers, and when they transferred developers, instead of turning over people's entire accounts, they said you can take 10 items total between your exos, which were your transformation, and your scrolls, which are your martial arts skills. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I choose this, and this. I'm gonna be great when I get over there. They didn't tell us that some of the stuff they turned temporary and you had to roll to get permanently, and what they did was the ones you chose to bring over, they made them temporary. So every scroll and exo I liked became temporary, and I was like, I paid money for this, and you guys just took it away from me to tell me to pay more money at a chance of getting it.
I think I recall Agent was one of my favorites back then.
That was a Sea Viper scroll too.
Yeah.
That scroll was great. Also, somebody else maybe not like that game too, but I won't mention his name.
Yep, that's fair. Mute Master, I'm well aware of Maplestory being your thing, but would you like to elaborate a little bit more?
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, all I did was come home, do my homework, and then play that. Like, grind. Okay, so that introduced me to the style of games that heavy grinding, right? So I went from Maplestory, which was a Nexon game, and the Lord of Behold to Vindictus, which is another Korean grindy Nexon game. But it's the mindless like leveling up. Like it's not so much mindless on Vindictus because it's an action MMO, right? Where if you mess up, you get punished really hard from the boss. In Maplestory, I would like hours just press like 4 buttons doing a rotation of farming, and also I think really plays into my greed, right? I was a merchant. I was a mega merchant. My whole goal for like a lot of times was make mass money, and I would always reach max gold, or I think it was Meso that game, and that's why I played it forever. Now it got to a point where the game is like you need 6 figures to have a decent character, so I was like, we're gonna quit right here. But and then also I spent a shit ton of money.
It's really sad that you skipped Mabinogi and went to Vindictus. I feel like you would have been an addictive monster.
I went to I didn't go to Mabinogi because I went from Maplestory, and then I met Chris, and he got me into Vindictus.
That is ironic that you say that. The reason why I say that, as they had stated with Vindictus, that is the game that got me super hooked into, the online gaming scene. As you're saying with grind, Mute Master said that it's not mindless because, it's more action based, which it is. However, I could set myself to autopilot and just do a grind. There was something at the time called scrolls that you would want to try and farm for, which are the most elusive thing that you would ever try and get in a game. However, getting a scroll would enhance either your gear or your accessories, so they were very crucial. That extra little bit of stats that you were to get, you kind of want it. You want it to be the best of the best. You kind of want it to be at the top, because any form of DPS that you could output, you needed it. So, trying to farm for this nasty ass scroll, anyone can vouch for me. Back in the day, Maplestory.
Oh,
Yeah, you hear that?
I
That mess right there. If you said that name alone back in the day, people would fear for you, feel for you, and would say that you're crazy for even trying. I think I had ran this dungeon. I can't even count it on two hands. I've ran this thing like 20 plus times a day. Got nothing. Finally got it at one point in time. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I can't wait. All right, let me try to get this on. Well, you could buy things called enhancement runes from the cash shop, which they were expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit pay to play if you're trying to protect your gear. That's what they did. So you could fail a scroll and it wouldn't blow your stuff up. Well, I was like, all right, cool. Bought that scroll, or bought the rune, tried to put the scroll on. Well, it blew up. I broke the rune. I broke the scroll. Now I gotta farm yet again. That game had the mindset of if you weren't farming, you were not playing this game. So because that was my very first thing that I ever done in terms of an MMO, I don't know any better than to be farming. So my life is I synced I want to say like 7 years of my life into Vindictus.
Is that why I don't have that mentality? Because the first game I got attached to was a fighting game instead of a RPG?
And it's quite possible.
Because Blade and Soul, once it got super grindy, I started drifting away from it.
Yeah, I could see that, honestly. Like, for Mute Master and myself, we played grind-intensive games. So when it comes to grinding anything, we're like, oh yeah, we like this. But we said it because that's all we knew. So...
I can't stand excessive grind. Especially if the gameplay's not fun.
Well, trust me, even if it's not fun, like, the idea of grinding, because fun or not, I like doing that because I could just literally autopilot tune myself out, zone out, whatever you want to call it, but I can just do it and be a-okay with it. Then next thing I know, like, let's say I started at like noon and it's now 8 p.m. I'm like, oh damn, I was at this all day, you know?
That's a good farming session.
I think my problem is my grind. It depends on if the object I want is certainly going to be there, even if it's a low chance. I think the reason why I don't like Genshin's grind is because they give you items, but the items are shit. At least for my luck. While Blade and Soul, if I could farm for an outfit, I'll farm for that outfit. Because I know eventually I'm going to get that outfit.
And
You be ditching me and Dante.
Yeah, I did ditch y'all to do a bunch of outfit hunting.
Yeah.
I got bored of doing dailies, yo. Leave me alone.
We're like, yeah, we're gonna play. Yeah. Where you going, Levi? I'm gonna go do outfit hunting.
Yeah, I
but
wanted to do
we're
something
really
different.
far behind.
Bro, I was
Got all of us
it
in
was
the
like
game.
every
Like,
day
yeah.
for like a month we were doing the dailies, and I just like I don't feel like doing this anymore. It's like I'm
Just
bored.
like, yeah, let me get my Chumbas to play with me. Oh, my Chumbas are here. Now you guys play by yourself now.
Hey, we played for a month.
That's
you
alright.
left your own Chumbas in the dust.
I can't help it. That's my mentality. Like I know Monster Hunter Rise, I'm probably gonna play for a solid like 2 months if I can get the stuff down.
You
Then I'm
ain't
probably
gonna play
fade
for
away.
no 2 months. You gonna play for 2 hours.
Nah, I play longer than that.
I'll give him 2 days.
2 days.
Damn.
We've been around you long enough to know how you are.
Yeah, depending on the game, I leave pretty quickly. It seems like solo games I tend to gravitate towards more. Like
That's fair.
Fatal Bullet. I can go back to that and then have a good time. Sonic, I can go back to that and have a good time. Anything MMORPG related, I go back and I have a good time. Like if the event's fun, but as soon as that event's gone, it's like
Or your taste in MMO also dookie.
Hey, what's that supposed
Yeah.
to
No, he's got a point.
be? Mabinogi wasn't bad. They just don't.
Nah.
Mabinogi dicked.
I'm talking about solo.
Oh, that was the first one. No, that's the second one I ever paid for. First one I ever played was Champions Online, which that game was great until they went free.
That was a good game.
Also,
No,
League
you
Solo
you
Alone.
you
It's better
do
than New
have
World.
yikes. You do have selective taste in video games.
I do, and it's actually gotten worse and worse as the years have gone on. I stay
Yeah,
like
there's
sometimes
only, like,
I feel like I'm drifting away from gaming at times.
Which is normal. I'm pretty sure we all go through that phase. I mean, there's been times where like I don't play games for like almost 2 months straight. Just come home, sit around, watch TV, and just relax. Even if I do get on a game, I log in and I AFK.
Good old endgame Vindictus.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to
That
stick
campfire
with PSO2.
was real in game.
I think
No,
once
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to stick with PSO2, and I think once I get Ito to like really high and Goro at decent, I'm probably gonna slow down and Genshin again.
Probably. There's nothing to do once you build a character.
And once I do that, it's gonna be like, huh? That's it then. That's just how my brain works. These games.
I mean, but your brain. How do I put this? The way your brain operates, once you achieve something, that was the end of the game for you,
Pretty
and
much.
you're done.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much. That's my in game. Once I feel like with in game is a long sense of grind, it doesn't work for me because I'm like, when do I end? When is it over? And Genshin, the problem with their stupid RNG with those goddamn artifacts. It's like, oh look, the helmet.
I don't see the problem there.
attacks.
Right?
It's like, God, please, just give me a piece. Just give me one.
I don't see the problem there. You're tripping there.
I have nothing but problems with that fucking game. Except for rolling characters, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've yet to lose a
I
50-50.
win every 50-50 that I want. And it's funny because I didn't really want what's her name? What is her name? The girl you want, Beat Master?
Ayaki.
Hey, Ayaka. Yeah, I was like, I kind of want her, but not really. And it was somebody else on the banner, Yan Fei, that I wanted. And I wanted to see two Yan Fei. I was like, okay, well, let me just roll again. You know, her banner's almost gone, and I got like 3 rolls. And they said, oh, here you go. Here's an Ayaka. And I was like, fuck. Now I gotta fight the 50-50 for the next character. And the next character came out, and I got him. And then the same thing happened again with Child, where I didn't want him. I wanted the other person, and they gave me Child.
You don't even use the one you got. Freaking Raiden.
I do use Raiden. She has a set on her. It's not the one you prefer, Mr. fucking Meta. But she has a set on her.
A dookie set.
Yikes.
Look here,
So-
Mr. Perfection.
Awful. For anyone that doesn't know what he means by 50-50, when you play Genshin Impact, if you're rolling on the current banner character, there's a 50-50% chance that you will get said character, or you'll get somebody random, which is a 5-star. That's what you're aiming for. If you win the 50-50, well, you're good. If you lose the 50-50, you will get another 5-star that is not part of the banner, which isn't always a bad thing, but it is bad if you're aiming for a set banner person. If you lose 50-50, your next character will be guaranteed banner if you hit pity again or were anything beforehand. And then also with the C, he said like C2 or 4, whatever he said,
C2.
constellations, which is like imprints to characters. Get more copies, more imprints, more stats.
Anyone who's
more
played a
abilities.
gacha game probably understands. I mean, everybody pretty much plays it nowadays.
Yes, but you still gotta elaborate to people that don't know that scene.
They don't need to know nothing.
Yeah, not everybody plays gacha games. Some people play.
Bro, Madden is a
Hello.
gacha game. FIFA is a gacha game. Star Wars
Hello
was
Kitty
a gacha
Island
game.
Adventure is not a gacha game.
Whoa, is Hello Kitty Island Hello Kitty Roller Rescue?
Okay, well, we're at 29 minutes, so I guess you can close this out since this is.
Hey, I had a whole timer. You still got a minute 40 seconds.
Bro.
Somebody say something.
Bro, minute 40. I'm at 30 now.
Yeah, because I press start a minute after.
Yo, I'm gonna fight you.
Okay, fine. If you done, Levi, you done?
I don't have anything else to say.
Well,
right,
this is
get outta
Mute
here.
Master signing out.
Wait. Okay. Well, Mute Master signed out, so therefore I don't need to worry about him. So like I said, this is probably the first and last episode of Santek Zayu. Thank you all for coming.
Bullshit, and you know it.
Oh, he's not wrong. Thank you all for coming. Do definitely appreciate it. We have, well, Mute Master already signed out. We still have Leviathan Strauss here.
Yep, and as they say in Spain, I'm reading this word. Hold on.
Come on.
Tranquilizate.
You mean Elo Endo Streamo?
That.
They do fromage.
Yeah, I'm closing this down. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,